Most people spend their entire lives trying to get out of debt faster, never realizing that the wealthiest people on earth are actively trying to get into more of it. And they have a very specific reason why. Here is the thing most people get completely backwards. They treat debt like a disease, something to eliminate as fast as humanly possible. And look, for most people that instinct makes total sense because most people are using debt the way a losing gambler uses a credit card. But wealthy people are playing an entirely different game with the exact same financial tool. The question is not whether you have debt. The question is whether the money you borrowed is earning more than it costs you to hold it. That gap between what borrowed money earns and what it costs to borrow is called the spread. And the spread is everything. But wait, because there is one more piece to this equation that makes the spread absolutely explosive. And that piece is what most finance channels never talk about. That missing piece is leverage. Think about it this way. If the spread is how much extra your borrowed money earns per dollar, leverage is how many of those dollars you control relative to your own cash. Multiply them together, and you get the one number that separates people who get rich using debt from people who get buried by it. Your actual return on your own personal cash. Once you understand that equation, every single strategy wealthy people use starts making complete sense. And the first strategy is one almost any business owner can start using immediately. It is called trade credit, and it might be the oldest wealth trick in history. Imagine you want to sell a product. The amateur version is you spend your own cash buying inventory, then wait months to sell it and get paid back. But savvy sellers never pay up front. Suppliers will hand you product on net 30, net 60, or even net 90-day terms, meaning you receive the goods today and pay later. So you sell the inventory before the bill even arrives. You collect customer money first, pay the supplier with it, and pocket the profit. Your own cash in the deal is zero. Divide any profit by zero of your own money, and you get an infinite return. That is the math of trade credit. And the beautiful part is you do not need overseas suppliers or a massive operation to use this. Customer deposits, 0% introductory credit cards floating your inventory, suppliers giving you 30 days, they are all the exact same mechanism at a smaller scale. But the next strategy is where things get seriously interesting, and it is also where most finance channels completely mess up the math. Real estate. Here is how it actually works. You find a distressed property for $500,000. You put $100,000 down and take a mortgage for $400,000. You spend $50,000 on renovations. That is $150,000 of your own cash in the deal. After the renovation, the property is worth $700,000. You refinance at 80% of that new value, which gives you $560,000. You pay off the original $400,000 mortgage and walk away with $160,000 in cash. You got every single dollar of your own money back plus extra, and you still own the property. Your own cash left in the deal at the end is zero. Infinite return again. Now, before you think this is a get-rich-fast pitch, here is the honest truth. Your new mortgage payment is much larger. Refinancing costs 2 to 5% in closing costs, and the whole thing only works if the rental income actually covers those increased payments. The hard part is finding a property that genuinely cash flows after everything. But speaking of strategies most people think are locked away for billionaires only, the next one will completely change how you see wealthy people paying almost nothing in taxes. It is called buy, borrow, die. Step 1. You buy appreciating assets like stocks or real estate. Step 2. Instead of selling them and triggering a massive capital gains tax bill that can run as high as 23.8%, you borrow against those assets using a securities-backed line of credit. Right now, those loans run roughly 5.5% to 6.5% interest. If your portfolio grows at 7% and the loan costs 6%, the spread stays positive and you never paid $1 of capital gains tax. Step 3. When you pass away, your heirs inherit assets at what is called a stepped-up basis, meaning a lifetime of untaxed gains simply vanishes. The government estimates this costs roughly $41 billion in uncollected taxes annually. And with the estate tax exemption sitting at $15 million per person in 2026, almost everyone using this strategy pays nothing at the end either. Now I am going to be straight with you. You need serious wealth before any bank offers you that line of credit. But stick with me because the affordable version of this same exact idea is coming next. That accessible version is the 0% balance transfer. Credit card companies right now are offering 0% interest for 18 to 24 months. There is a transfer fee of 3 to 5% upfront, but that is your only cost. So you are renting money for roughly 3% total over 2 years. If you are currently carrying high-interest debt at 24%, transferring that balance is not just a good move. It is a guaranteed return that almost no investment on earth can reliably match. You pay 3% to erase a 24% cost. That is the spread working in your favor instantly. Same mechanism the importer used with trade credit. Borrow cheap, deploy it, capture the difference. But here is the strategy that every single person watching can actually start working on today, and it costs nothing to begin. Your credit score is the single biggest lever over what borrowed money costs you. The national average sits around 715 right now. The gap between a fair score and an excellent one can mean several percentage points difference on every loan you take for the rest of your life. On a mortgage, a car loan, a business line of credit, those percentage points compound into hundreds of thousands of dollars over time. Wealthy people do not have access to some exclusive secret bank. They simply made themselves inexpensive to lend to, which means every dollar of borrowed money costs them less, which widens their spread automatically on everything they do. So here is everything together. Pull your credit score this week. That costs you nothing and it tells you exactly what your money currently costs. If you are carrying high-interest debt, look at 0% balance transfer offers immediately. If you sell anything or run any kind of service, start collecting deposits before spending a dime on materials. Each of these moves shrinks how much of your own cash is sitting in any deal, and that is exactly how the one number grows. The billionaire borrowing against a stock portfolio and you transferring a credit card balance are running identical arithmetic. The only difference is the size and where they point it. Debt is rented money. The entire game is whether what you do with it earns more than the rent. Get that one equation working in your favor, and debt stops owning you and starts working for you. Subscribe, because next time we are going step by step through how to actually scale this starting from wherever you are right now.